Have you always felt like you wanted to play golf, but then you felt like you've missed that chance? It's never too late. In this episode of a Perfect Swing podcast, I'm going to share practical tips for adult beginners to build confidence, master the fundamentals, and enjoy golf at any age. Many adults think golf is a young person's game or that beginners must start in their childhood. That's simply not true. It's never too late to start playing golf. Age, physical ability, scheduling, travel, none of it matters. Welcome to the A Perfect Swing podcast, where golf meets leadership, confidence, and purpose. I'm your host, Ashaunta Epps, LPGA. Today we're talking about something that I hear adults who've, always wanted to play golf, but they feel like their time has passed. I'm too old for that now. I should have started when I was younger. I thought about starting. Had I started when I was young, I'd be great, right? Well, just know that it's never too late. Whether you're 30, 50, or beyond, golf is a game that can teach you patience, focus, and confidence at any age. And what's amazing is that it will allow you to really get some high quality vitamin D being out in the open. So tonight I'm going to show you exactly how to start strong. So I started playing golf as a corporate business professional in my early 20s. I just graduated from college and I found myself on the fast track to management, which was excellent. But it came with its difficult situations. And so one day while I was sitting in my office, I overheard a conversation that a couple of my colleagues were having in the hall regarding an organizational change that I wasn't aware of. And I found one of them later in the day and said, hey, I heard you all talking in the hall. When did that conversation happen? And the gentleman said, oh, we talked about that while we were playing golf on Friday. So, immediately I'm like, yeah, well, I'm going to have to play golf. Well, the unfortunate thing is I knew nothing about golf. But what I knew was that there were conversations being had that I wanted to be a part of. Now, me, the young budding employee trying to climb the corporate ladder, I was doing every and anything that I could to be a part of the conversations. I was already taking smoke breaks. I don't even smoke, but I just wanted to be out there to be nosy. So I identified that golf is now this next thing that I need to do so that I could be nosy, that I could play golf, so that I could be a part of those conversations. And I was okay with that because I was willing to do whatever it took to be successful in my career. So as that went along, I wasn't sure that I could play golf because of a childhood hip injury. However, I got clearance from my orthopedic doctor to play. And then I started that journey of exactly what happens next. Like what do I do? The things that were key for me is that I really didn't care about playing good golf. I was just trying to be nosy. However, as I began to play the game, I found out that one, I could play even with my hip injury, but two, that it was just as valuable and just as fun now in that environment than if I had started when I was 9. And today, when I reflect on some of my students, I have a student that's 91 years old, still loving and enjoying the game. That is what golf brings to us. So regardless of what age, your physical abilities to a certain extent, you have an opportunity to enjoy the game of golf. Will you need some adjustments? Yes. But will those adjustments assist you with enjoying the game, adhering to the rules, following the patterns and paths that everyone else take? The answer is yes. So I want to share 5 practical tips for adult beginners learning to play golf. This is going to help you build confidence, master the fundamentals, and enjoy golf at any age. Now, these are things that they were successful for me, so I know that they work. So the first thing is in a growth mindset. The reality is that golf is 90% mental. If you believe you're old, that's just what it's going to be, right? That mindset is going to slow your progress. Everything that pops up that feels old or feel like that's the reason why it's happening, you're going to attribute it to that, and it is going to affect your effort. So you got to have a growth mindset. going into this. Some of the other things are part of the growth mindset is setting realistic expectations, embracing that learning mindset. It's not going to happen overnight. Yeah, you may not, after one practice session, hit the ball 200 yards. That's okay. But if you set realistic expectations, it will keep you in the learning process with your growth mindset, and you'll continue to do well, and you will grow, and you'll get to where you want to be. The other thing about the growth mindset is that you have got to give yourself grace. Golf, golf is like, woo, it's a humbling thing. So you have to make sure that you're patient with yourself. Adult learners, we often want results instantly. I was a good basketball player. I was a good baseball player. I should be able to do this. I don't understand why I can't hit this. Yeah, well, this is golf. So again, giving yourself grace to understand that the swings are different. You're hitting a baseball, you're swinging a golf club. Those are two different things. And you want to learn that and give yourself grace to get used to that because it's a little different. And just note that you're not competing against anyone but you. It's your own mindset and you can do it. The other thing about that growth mindset is understanding that mistakes are a part of the game. It's a part of the growth. The aches and pains, the swinging and missing the ball, forgetting that you did not hydrate before you started playing, the achy feet because you didn't realize how much walking you were really going to do. All of those things are a part of learning and understanding the game. So embrace it. Understanding that that is just a part of what it is. And you'll laugh at it, that's creating memories. You will laugh at that for years to come. You will have lots of stories to tell and you'll appreciate those. The other thing about the growth mindset is you want to track your progress. You don't know if you're getting better unless you know that you're getting better, right? And one way to do that is to track your progress. Keep a journal, write down your improvements. It could be something simple as, I played golf today and I only lost 3 balls. Well, if you lost 10 balls the last time, progress. Celebrate, right? Those are small wins. It may even be something as small as, not as small, but as large, right? I can say as small now, but when you're thinking about it, when you're learning, something that may appear to be small to someone else is huge or magnificent, extremely large to someone else. One thing that I commonly hear my students say is that, oh, I got over this body of water for the first time. It makes a difference. If it was a situation where you played that particular hole and you have been hitting, trying to get over that water for a long time, and you finally got over, celebrate small wins. But if you cannot identify it or measure it, you really don't know that it's an improvement. So you want to track that. That's why journaling and keeping those small things that may not be, oh, I had a birdie or I had a hole in one, but those other key statistics, the number of balls that you have, milestones or monumental things that you want to accomplish. I'm going to get over this hill one day. I'm going to put this on the green on my par 3 one day. All of those things, again, tracking it and celebrating the small wins, that is going to hold you because golf will test you. But if you think about the small wins, tracking that and celebrating those, it'll keep you as you continue your journey. The other thing, which is critical when you talk about a growth mindset, it is about letting go of comparisons. Oh, I play with so and so every week and they hit the ball 250 yards. You are playing your own game at your own pace. You're playing the course. Unless you're in a tournament, you're not learning and growing, comparing yourself to how fast someone else is learning and growing because we're all different. So you want to learn at your pace. Don't focus on how well or how different someone else is doing. Your journey is special and sacred, and it is going to get to a point where as you continue to grow, you'll be satisfied as you continue to grow when you set those what we call realistic expectations. All of that makes a difference. And don't try to compare yourself as a beginner to an experienced player. If they've been playing for 20 years and you just started and it's been 6 months out, don't feel like you're behind because you're not playing the way they're playing. So again, you want to let go of those comparisons. And when we think about the growth mindset in our golf game, that directly reflects back to leadership skills. When we think about that, if you can't track it, you can't grow it. And you don't really know what it is. That's why in business organizations, you have metrics, you have key performance indicators, you have critical success factors. It's the same thing with learning to play golf. Those same concepts, same responsibilities, same objectives, and it is you continue to have that growth mindset. So understanding where you are and where you want to go and tracking it to get there. The other thing is learn the fundamentals. The right foundation is going to make your journey faster and more enjoyable. There are a lot of YouTube videos out there that I'm going to tell you it keeps all the golf professionals in business because everyone wants to wants to look at them, and then they're like, oh, let's see, let me try this, let me try that, let me try this, let me try. The rest here is that you can try a million things, but I'm going to recommend you go take a lesson from a certified instructor. There are several different ways to hit the ball. You want to find yours. Am I telling you to go sign up for $1,000 worth of lessons? No, but what I'm telling you is that even if it's a situation where you want to learn on your own, go get one lesson from a golf instructor, at least a full swing, to help you understand the grip, the shaft, understanding from a weight perspective, the length, the lie angle of the the club head, your stance. You want to understand all of those key pieces because that is what goes in to producing a good swing. Those are the building blocks. You want to ensure that you spend the time on those. So going to getting at least one lesson in those areas are really, really, really going to help you have a good foundation underneath all the videos that you're watching. Okay. Also, when we talk about fundamentals, I recommend starting with the short game first because really chipping is the foundation of just about every swing. You're closer to the ground in your setup and you can really see that impact zone. The impact zone is almost from big toe to big toe, as I call it, but you really can see and feel yourself hitting the ball through that impact zone and getting a feel for it. That is going to help you develop a smooth swing, build confidence, and as you continue to add the distance in terms of your swing, you'll feel and understand what you had to do to get back to that impact zone. So I recommend that area first. And then, of course, putting. Those things are all things that you can do at home with minimal interruption to your life just because they can be indoors. So that short game first, putting and chipping, will allow you to build a lot of confidence really quickly because you can practice in a relatively small space. Okay. And when we think about learning the fundamentals, that directly reflects our leadership skills as well too, because leaders like to understand all the components to assist with understanding the end value. When it comes to also making decisions, sound decisions, you need all the details. You can't have half of the story. Even if the story changes after you've made the decision, you need all the components of the story at that time to make a good business decision. So leaders want to know the components. They want to understand the underlying consequences, cause and effect, why things are needed, why things are not needed. So getting that fundamental understanding in golf is a direct reflection of leadership fundamentals as well. The third thing is time management because you're going to need to practice, period. You can't get golf through osmosis. It doesn't work. If we could, I'm sure somebody would have already tried by now and said it worked. It doesn't. It is about repetition. It is about building muscle memory, and you must practice. It is imperative that you set a consistent practice schedule, even if it's only 15 to 20 minutes a week with working on a particular skill area. So be it putting, chipping, full swing, whatever the case may be. One of the critical things about time management, because as you get older, you have a lot of things going on. You have work, church, you have community events, you have children or grandchildren, all of those things that come with what we call lifing. Life happens, lifes, right? But understanding that just like you make an appointment to go to the doctor, you schedule an appointment or you schedule time to, or understanding that this is the time that I go to church, schedule time to go to the gym, you should schedule your time to go practice. You should identify that time on your calendar just as you do for any other type of activity or event in your life. One of the key things that you want to make sure that you do, though, is that you build in time for you to change clothes if you need to, as well as the time to travel to the gym, to the course, and then from the course. Oftentimes we may say, okay, I'm going to go practice for an hour today. Well, if you live 20 minutes from the course and you're coming from a business meeting, you need 5 minutes to change, only setting aside an hour on your calendar is not sufficient. You need to identify additional time so that you have that time period covered and stick to it. We all have meetings on our calendar like, let's see, well, I can move this around. I can send them an email. We can change this or I can blow this one off. This is just a standing meeting. No, schedule it and make it. It's like the tea time. Schedule it and make it. Okay? And time management also reflect back to leadership as well too. Leaders don't waste time. They take advantage of every minute. And because there are so many amazing things that they have to get done, planning and scheduling in advance is critical. So adding it to the calendar. And I am a firm believer. If it's not in my phone, it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. I am all about the calendar invites, okay? Because other than that, I don't know if it truly fits into my calendar, fits into my schedule, and I don't want to disappoint people. I don't want to disappoint myself. I don't want to miss appointments. I want to make sure I get everything done. So scheduling and time management is going to be very, very, very critical. But the great thing is it's something that you're already doing anyway. It's just making sure that you're building that time in and you're understanding exactly what is necessary during that time frame. Are you interested in making a difference in a child's life as well as the golf industry as a whole? If so, I would like to invite you to be a resource for the A Perfect Swing Foundation. In the A Perfect Swing Foundation, we have our 501c3 nonprofit youth initiative where we introduce youth to the game of golf as a youth development tool in their personal lives. We hone their communication, leadership, and networking skills. So when we think about the golf industry, oftentimes we think about tour players, but the golf industry has careers in every imaginable field that you can think of. And we want to ensure that we expose our youth to that. So we'd ask you to consider providing a monetary donation. But in addition, we would love for you to volunteer to be a mentor, sharing your skill set, sharing your job, sharing your roles and responsibilities as a knowledge, as a tool to our youth so that they can understand and get a feel for the various careers through mentorship. Additionally, when we look at the needs in our community, whether it's a monetary donation or just providing some of your skill sets to the organization, that is just as valuable. So whether you're an attorney and you can review legal documentation for us, or you're in the administration field and you can do some clerical work for us, or if you're in the technology field and you can provide some technology services, all of that allow us to continue to pour into the lives of our youth. And I'm going to tell you, I would be so appreciative. You can find out more information about us on our website at www.aperfectswing.net. Again, that's www.aperfectswing.net. And to make it easier, you can click on the link below. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. The fourth thing, make golf a part of your life. Golf is not just a sport, it's a lifestyle. And it's how you have to do it. And that is how you have to see it to grow and get better at it, whether it's better in terms of lowering your scores or better in terms of knowing what to do. All of those things matter. Meeting people, the networking thing, all of that matters. And when we talk about making golf a part of our lives, make practice social. Invite some friends, whether it's Top Golf or a regular driving range. Invite some individuals that, maybe you've said something to someone where they said, "Oh, woo, you play golf? Oh, I always thought about trying golf. So, well, maybe you should come hit balls with me sometimes." It's a part of your life. You'll get to know that person. It becomes an opportunity for fellowship. It makes it fun and it doesn't feel like so much work, right? So building it into your life. The other thing as a part of making it your life too, is again, what I just mentioned, making sure that you schedule those sessions. If they're already scheduled, you have the pockets of time to invite people to be a part of your practice for a social perspective. So having that consistent time, you know how and where you can fill people in. And it's even better. The other thing about making golf a part of your life is use golf as a networking tool once you get comfortable. And when I say that, I mean your golf game does not have to be perfect. You need to learn the etiquette and the basic rules. If you're not aware of where to find it, my book, A Perfect Swing, that's available on Amazon, Chapter 6, Golf's Rosetta Stone, gives you all of the information you need to get caught up on those things. And then once you know the etiquette and the basic rules, you can perform a chip shot. You have some putting. You can execute a full swing. Then go have fun. If you're not hitting the long ball or you're a beginner, find an executive course where executive courses, the holes are shorter. So they're designed typically for beginners. You get the full experience of driving and being a part of a golf course, but it's shorter. So you can get out, you can hit your clubs in a real game situation. You can practice your etiquette. You can practice making sure you're following the rules. All of those different things allow you to grow and become more comfortable in the game. And even as you continue to play on executive course, you're going to notice that, oh, your drives are going to get longer. Your putting is going to get better. You're going to chip it so much closer. And that is building that confidence so that when you get to a standard regulation size course, you're ready and you're off to the races. So that's a really, really, really key part there. Do not stay at the driving range for years thinking that you have to be perfect. Learn the basics and the fundamentals and go have fun. Make sure you're enjoying the game. And that is the last part that I would say about making golf a part of your life. Enjoy the journey. Golf can be relaxing, empowering, and it really just a place to recharge. So allow it to be. Stressed out about hitting a bad shot, the sun is shining, you have a beautiful scenery around you, you have individuals that you want to network with, you're having fun. Enjoy that moment. Take it in. Now, because we want to ensure that we have a growth mindset, will we journal about maybe some of those missed shots and some of the things that we need to consider? Absolutely. But again, you choose to play golf. And if you choose to play golf with individuals that you want to build relationships with, you want to ensure that you're enjoying it and it's becoming a part of your life because golf is something that you can play almost forever. And when we think about making golf as a part of our life, that is a leadership lesson as well. You can't lead something that you don't believe in. Most leaders, they don't work at a company where they don't believe in their brand. If it's something that goes against their morals or values, typically a person or a leader for sure is not going to work there. So if you don't believe in the power of golf, if you don't believe in the fun time that golf will have, if you don't believe in the networking opportunities that golf will provide for you, if you don't believe in the fitness benefits of golf, if you don't believe that it's some high quality vitamin D out there that you can really take advantage of and that you can really soak up, that can really improve your life, if you don't really believe that, you're not going to play golf. However, I know that when you make it a part of your life and you have that growth mindset, you're going to see that it is exactly what it is. And you're going to want it to be a part of your life. You're going to believe in that brand. And the final thing, I'm wrapping it up here. Identify your support system. If golf or playing golf is something that you really want to do, you want to surround yourself with supportive golfers. That could be a beginner friendly community of individuals who are also learning. That could be coworkers, friends, golf organizations, attending golf workshops. All of those things add to your support system. That includes two family members who know you want to play and they're going to support you, business colleagues who know you want to play and they want to support you, a coach that wants to help you, they're supporting you. All of those individuals or that support system is critical. The thing to note, though, is that there are two types of support systems that you're going to need. So, two types of people from a support system standpoint that you're going to need. The first is going to be those who will encourage you to continue to play. That's typically people who you play with, the golf group, friends, coworkers, all of those great things, and your coach. They're saying, listen, we're encouraging you to continue to play. But then there's also those individuals who won't let you stop playing. When you say, I haven't had the time in the last month, and they say to you, it's because you didn't make time. Or you say, I'm feeling tired today, it's too hot outside. And they say, well, it was hot the last time you played. Or someone that says, you say, I don't think I can get this golf thing. And they tell you, you can, because you can do anything that you want to do. So get up, put your shoes on, and go practice. We need both of those types of individuals in our lives. The ones that are going to encourage us and the ones that are going to challenge us to ensure that we don't stop playing golf. And all of those together make a difference. When we reflect on how that works from a leadership standpoint and the leadership piece in our lives, we all have support systems and mentors. When we're trying to, whether it's merge into another career or land a job, start studies in a particular area, move to a new city, all of those things we need a support system for. And it is going to be a set of individuals that are going to encourage you. Let's take moving to a new city for a new job, leaving your family potentially, or moving your family away from a larger family, or merging into a new environment or city. There are going to be people that are going to encourage you. They're going to say, listen, it's a new city, new people to learn from and meet, new restaurants you can try, new theaters, whatever the case may be, new golf courses. That's always a teaser, right? All of those things, they're going to say, listen, you can do this. It's just going to take time. They're going to help you out. And then there's going to be some of those others that say, listen, yes, you're in a new city. It's different. It may be a situation where you don't have childcare like you want to have childcare. But that person is going to say, there's no excuse for you still not to move. Childcare is there. Everything you need is there. You just have to find it. They're going to help you stay in that particular environment. The same thing goes for golf. You find those people that help you and encourage you to stay the course. And then you have those people that help you not quit, that say, listen, let's go. Let's get up. We got to do it. They're all critically important and they're all very successful. It all, in essence, it helps you to be successful in accomplishing your goals. Now, when we put all of these pieces together, while you may think, I thought I was too old for this, but I instituted a growth mindset. I was patient with myself. I found my support system. I went all in. I made golf a part of my life, and I am loving this sport. You will find so many people that say, listen, this golf game is addictive. All you got to get is the right taste of it. And following those 5 key things that I shared, it will absolutely get you there. And just imagine you've gone through the growth mindset and the struggle of saying, oh my God, see here where my scores are so high and then now they're coming down. One time you were afraid to go to the golf course. Now you're playing by yourself. One time maybe you were afraid to sign up for a golf tournament and you're signing up for the golf tournament and they're pairing you with other people, or you're playing with people at work. You've always heard them talk about, oh, we're going out to play whether it's a work league or anything like that, and you're taking those steps. I mean, you're out there playing, you're in the middle of it. That is an amazing feeling. And just think, you have an opportunity to do that at any age that you want to. It is doable. It doesn't matter, like again, whether you're 30, 50. I have a 91-year-old student. All of it is about understanding who you are, getting those basic fundamentals, and staying at it. All those leadership lessons that we as leaders and corporate professionals and head of households and ministry leaders and entrepreneurs, all of those things that we already use every day, it is the same skill set that will allow us to play golf at any age. So scratch that from your mind. There's no such thing as I'm too old to start playing golf. There is very few injuries where you say, oh, I have too many injuries, I can't play golf. Because there are adjustments can be made. And that is where you getting a lesson from a certified coach can help you. I am here to tell you that it is never too late. I know for a fact that it is never too late. So go out there, adopt a growth mindset, setting those realistic expectations, learn the fundamentals, identify and invoke your time management practices, make golf a part of your life, and allow your support system to support you. Golf isn't just about a score, it's about growth, patience, and confidence at any age. I have students from 6 to 92, everyone, right? It's all gamuts of it. You can learn more information in my book, A Perfect Swing, which is available on Amazon or on our website at aperfectswing.net. In chapter 7, I talk about swinging into your purpose with confidence. There's also chapter 6, Golf's Rosetta Stone, which gives you lots of great information. So I'm excited to really see and hear about your golf journeys. Feel free to reach out. I would love to make that connection. You could put your comments in the section below. I'm excited about people having an opportunity to play golf at any age and just really stepping out of their comfort zone, stepping out of those limiting beliefs and enjoying and learning the game of golf. Thanks for joining me on the A Perfect Swing podcast. If today's episode inspired you in any way, share it with a friend who's been waiting to start. Share it on your page. Share it with a family member. And please be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, it's never too late to swing for success because success isn't about perfection. It's about intention. Keep playing the long game.